Ladies and gentlemen, Hex community of all ages, hey, Jake Freedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for this week's Showcase Card of the Week. And if this is the first time you're joining us, this series has, we just go ahead and roll random dice. And to figure out what card we're going to talk about this week, first of all, we roll a six-sided dice, or 1d6. And the numbers work out, 1 being Sapphire, 2 being Blood, 3 Diamond, 4 Wild, 5 Ruby, 6 being Artifact. Then from there, depending on how many rows we have, we either roll a 1d6 or a 1d4, whichever works out best. And then generally, I got 13 rows or 13 cards per row on my display here, so we roll a 1d20 to see what card we're going to pick. So let's go ahead and get started here today. Let's go ahead and roll the 1d6 and see what color that we're going to be choosing from this week. We roll a 2, so we're going to be talking about blood. So let's go ahead and get rid of everything here but blood, including resources and artifacts. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 rows, so we're going to go roll that 1d6. Since we have 5 rows there, the 1d4 will be kind of unfair. And we roll a 4, so we're pulling out of row number 4 here. So it'd be this row. And let's see what card we're going to be talking about this week. We roll an 11, so we got 13, 12, 11. This week's Showcase Card of the Week is Hideous Conversion. 3 cost, 1 blood threshold, constant, sacrifice a troop, gain 1 temporary resource this turn. Very similar to like, what is it? The mechanic one. What is that? Not Saper's Charge, but the why can't I think of it now? Here we go. Surge Mechanism. Very similar to Surge Mechanism, except reverse. Actually, be more similar to Hex Engine. My bad there. Hex Engine there also gains you 2 temporary resources that particular turn. Doesn't go on to your stack resources there. So let's go and pull him back up. Where did he go? Roll 4. Blah blah blah. I'm all lost here now. Here we go. Alright, so Hideous Conversion. Sacrifice a troop to gain that particular temporary resource. I would say no. Not a very good thing to do here, to actually have to sacrifice a troop to gain a resource, unless you're playing a deck where you can build troops that, you know, are generated freely. Obviously nothing's really free, but you know what I mean, the conky bunnies and things like that, since a lot of the blood cards are somewhat geared around building troops quickly, you know, 0-1 troops, you know, for absolutely, you know, nothing, no cost, really little to nothing, you know what I mean. So maybe it won't be so bad, but still, that sacrificing a troop, it's kind of tough to do. Hopefully it is going to be one of those 0-1 troops that you have to sacrifice, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be, unless you're really desperate for that last resource you needed to, you know, maybe throw out some type of card you have in your hand that's, you know, maybe it's a 6 cost card and you have 5 and you really want to get it out on the board because your opponent either can't answer to it or has nothing that he can defend against it. You know, I don't know, I don't know if it's really situational or not, but it all really depends on how your deck is actually constructed. If you're playing all, you know, fairly decent drop troops, you're not building those 0-1 troops, you know, for free, this probably wouldn't be the best card to play. You know, you might be better off playing something like Hex Engine or something like that. And this being a 3 cost, 1 threshold, and I believe the Hex Engine, what is the Hex Engine? Hex Engine is 4 cost, you know, and you gain 2, and all you do is you just exhaust this particular artifact card here. So honestly, I don't know if I would even actually pick this card to play in my deck, given that I can put Hex Engine out there. Granted, it comes out 1 turn later, but I don't have to, you know, spend a turn creating a troop to get that 1 extra temporary resource there. So I don't know. I guess that's entirely up to you. It might be okay. I don't even think it'd be okay in sealed play. To tell you the truth, I don't know. I mean, if you could, I mean, granted, it doesn't exhaust itself. That's a good thing. So if you maybe had 3 or 4 troops out there you could sacrifice, you could gain, you know, 3 or 4 more, you know, temporary resources. That would be very beneficial. Unlike the Hex Engine, you couldn't do that. You can only gain 2, unless you had, you know, Dwarven Turbine to reset that artifact. But then again, you'd only be gaining 4 total. So Built correctly, you know, this card here would work very well, so you can gain those resources there. But having a deck built inefficiently to do this is going to be dreadful for you. You might as well play Hex Engine there. So if I were to rate this card on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, I would probably rate it maybe 5. You know, because it's just you kind of have to build around this particular card. And I don't like building around cards that are constants, kind of like this here. So, you know, because you're never going to be guaranteed those troops out in the field. Even if you build your deck around it, you can't 100% guarantee that you're going to have that. Unlike the Hex Engine, if you get the Hex Engine out there, you can always guarantee you can exhaust that for those 2 temporary resources there. So those are my opinions on the card there. I'd like to hear yours. Go ahead and leave some comments, and maybe we can talk about this card maybe a little bit. You know, maybe you can change my mind about it. Maybe it is really awesome, and I just haven't utilized it properly. So other than that, if you liked the video, go and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these, go ahead and click subscribe, and we'll have another video for you soon.